Welcome to your Barbados Today Evening News Update for Thursday, February 21. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Thanks for joining us. It's time to beef up security at the island's schools. That's the view of former head of the Barbados Union of Teachers, Pedro Shepherd. His call comes as police report that thieves broke into the Wilkie Cumberbatch School twice this week. Police said an unknown culprit or culprits entered a number of areas on the school premises and removed a number of items. Shepherd, who teaches at the school, charged that the current security measures at the Pine-based school, as well as other schools across the island, were far from adequate.
My position in terms of my security is that you need to have watchmen on the compound. Where there are a lot of schools, you may need more than one. We have one here, but the plan is that you may actually need two because of the layout of the plant. But I think that we need to move towards surveillance cameras, as I had said before, even if it is on the periphery, so that you can at least then replay the video footage to see who would have entered the compound at a time when they should not enter.
Right.
So we need to look at securing our schools, and here you have office equipment and so on. Finally, I believe that you should have, again, maybe security cameras installed, burglar bars and so on, because the admin block has no burglar bars. So once you can open the door, then you can have access. Fortunately, most schools have safes, and the safes are relatively secure in the walls and so on. So even though the safe was damaged, nothing knowledge was taken.
Prime Minister Mottley is rallying the country's adults to rescue the nation's youth. Today, as she addressed the opening of the 22nd annual conference of the Barbados Association of Office Professionals at the Lloyd Erskine Sandiford Center, Mottley expressed concern that some youth were on the wrong track, and she made it clear that Barbadians have a duty to pull them back.
I, through you today, appeal to the parents of this country, to the aunts, to the uncles, to the grandparents, to the godmothers, the godfathers, that our country has not gone too far, and that the group of persons who are badly in need of our guidance, our support, and our love, our discipline, are those between the ages of 15 and 21, 22, many of whom look like strong, strapping adults, but who we know are full still of doubt and full still of wondering how to move from this step to the next step, but will not show it, but are usually thankful for the support in whatever way it comes.
Lloyd Allen Leacock was today remanded to HMP DODDS after appearing in the District D Magistrates Court on a murder charge. The 47-year-old of Clifton Hall, St. Thomas, is accused of murdering 74-year-old Patrick Douglas Barker of Walk Spring, St. Thomas. Barker was the victim of a cutlass attack which occurred on February 12. Leacock will reappear in court on March 26. New job opportunities are in the pipeline for recently retrenched government workers. Today, Labour Minister Colin Jordan gave assurances that the government has not abandoned the workers, as he outlined a new initiative which will soon come on stream. He was speaking at this morning's opening ceremony of the consultation on human resource development in Barbados at the Cave Hill campus of the University of the West Indies.
Government is in the process of detailing a modernization program with the Inter-American Development Bank, and that program is intended to utilize many of the persons who have recently lost their clerical positions in the public sector. And that program that is being funded by the Inter-American Development Bank is a modernization program. Sometimes people, including some of my colleagues, unfortunately refer to it as a digitization program. It is not a digitization program. digitizing is merely one aspect of the program. It is a complete modernization that we expect by the end of that program.
Get on board. Today, BICO's Executive Chairman Edwin Thurell challenged businesses to embrace government's proposed ban on single-use plastic and styrofoam scheduled to take effect on April 1. Speaking at BICO's EcoPack Biodegradable Expo, which showcased a wide range of high-quality eco-wear to a cross-section of food industry representatives at Cricket Legends this morning, Thurell said that while in the short term it might seem that biodegradable and compostable packaging was more expensive than plastic and styrofoam, the long-term benefits were undeniable. He noted that while it was not practical for all plastics to be eradicated, every effort should be made to reduce their indiscriminate use.
What this packaging does is effectively it transfers the cost of disposal away from government onto the polluter who uses it. In other words, the styrofoam is cheap to buy and hence is very popular, but it's very expensive to dispose of, and that burden has been carried by, so far, by government. And we're seeing the consequences of that. They cannot cope with, at the landfill, they cannot cope with the number of trucks, they cannot cope with the ever-increasing pile of garbage, and what we ought to see over a period is that burden transferred, including the cost of it, seeing the burden transferred to the people who are actually using the product and carelessly throwing it away. But even if they do that with this one, it should disappear within, what you said, 8 to 12 weeks. And therefore the problem becomes a lot less than it would be if we got an ever bigger pile of styrofoam going at Mount Stinkeroo, which we're all very familiar with.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
To the region now, the St. Kitts Nevis government has decriminalized the possession of small amounts of marijuana, and it will create a framework for the use of marijuana for medicinal purposes. Word of this from Prime Minister Dr. Timothy Harris as his government accepts the recommendations of the National Marijuana Commission. Among the new measures announced yesterday, Dr. Harris said anyone caught with 15 grams or less of 5 plants or less will not be slapped with a criminal charge.
Now the quantity is important. 15 grams, not 15 pounds, and not 15 ounces. That is what they are saying should be the allowable amount. And if you're caught with that small quantity, then for that, you get a ticketable offense and you have no criminal record. The inverse also applies. They are saying that if you get caught with more than 15 grams, then you will have a criminal record.
On the international scene, it was all an act. Empire actor Jussie Smollett was today arrested and charged with lying to police about an alleged attack on January 29. Chicago Police Superintendent Eddie Johnson was visibly angered as he condemned his actions. More in this Reuters television report.
Smollett stated that he wanted them to appear to attack him on the evening of January 28, 2019, near his apartment building in Streeterville. Defendant Smollett also stated he wanted the brothers to catch his attention by calling him an Empire F, Empire N. Defendant Smollett further detailed that he wanted Abel to attack him, but not hurt him too badly, and to give him a chance to appear to fight back. Defendant Smollett also included that he wanted Ola to place a rope around his neck, pour gasoline on him, and yelled, "This is MAGA country." Prior to the brothers getting out of Smollett's car, Smollett provided Abel with a $100 bill to purchase the rope, gasoline, ski masks, gloves, and the red baseball caps, which resemble the ones that say, "Make America Great Again."
And that's news, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.pb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook, and sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Izumi Media and Bus terminals, as well as screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM and Capital Media HD 99.3 FM. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Good evening.